I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Top Soil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, we are here. What's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC in the building. Shout out to April MC in the building. Shout out to Monogamous Player, No Data, Dukalex, AT. Shout out to you. Shout out to Steve O Baby. Shout out to Charlie Kiefer. Shout out to Mark Tavius. What's going on with you, man? Shout out to Freedom in the building, Boss Town, Captain Creator. What's going on? Jimmy Lionel was popping. Blastomatic, Corey 2S was good. Jay Bizzle, Studio Horror Music, Nick Morrison, man. June Sports in the building. Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Joe Blast in the building. What's popping with you, man? Shout outs to Spliffin Wesson, what's going on? Shout out to who else we got up in here? Shout out to my dude, Beloved in the building, Linwood. Quasar is up in here. High Profile is up in here. So what's going on? So today, guys, we're going to be talking about how much of your time should you give a woman? You feel what I'm saying? And also make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com, because on the badboymembership.com, I have a program called Rules for Giving Women Your Time and Attention. Rules for Giving Women Your Time and Attention. So make sure you guys go and get that shit cracking. You feel what I'm saying? Do that shit. You understand? Do it. Make that happen. Because you got to go to badboymembership.com and check that out. But we're going to get into a little bit of that today. So I'm not going to give you, everything that's on there, but I'm going to give you some things today because this is something very important. Exactly. See, April already talking about give her all your time. See, and we got to talk about that too. That's exactly why we need to go over this, because what you got to understand is that when a woman really likes you, when a woman loves you, she wants all your time. You understand what I'm saying? She wants to see you 8 days a week, 25 hours a day. She wants to see you in the afterlife. She wants to see you all the time. So we're gonna get into all of that pretty soon. But before we get into all that, though, y'all already know. So let's do this real quick. Make sure that you guys go to, let me put this up on the screen real quick so that you guys can check this out. So make sure that you guys go to CunninghamElements.com. So make sure you guys go get that and get that cracking. Do it! You understand? Just do it! Make sure you do that. Get the Masculine Identity soap. Get the parfum. and get the shea butter. Make sure you guys do that. Get all that stuff cracking. And also make sure that you guys go to shoplocario.com. Get the online dating consultation with myself in April. And shout out to all the people who are getting the online dating consultations, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all, because what happens is that once you get this online dating consultation, we're going to help you with your pictures. We're going to do your bio within the call. We're going to help you with the messages so that you can send the messages that'll get the women to actually see you in person. So do not sleep on this. Make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com, get your online dating consultation. You could be sleeping with a hot chick from online dating in a few days. All you got to do is get up on this consultation and we will teach you how. You feel what I'm saying? Also, make sure you guys get the massive game collection. 24 of the products in one program. And if you get it in this program, you're getting it for less money. So you're getting it at a discount. So make sure you guys do that and get that cracking. You feel what I'm saying? And last but not least, right here, we're just going to talk about the program Master the Vetting Process.
Do it.
Make sure you get it.
Just do it.
Go to shoplocario.com. Master the Vetting Process, how to succeed in casual and long-term relationships. This is fire. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure that you guys do that. Also, make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com and get up on the Zoom calls. Cause I was just speaking to Miles. He said they did like damn near a 3-hour Zoom call last night, or not last night, on Monday. So make sure you guys go get on the Zoom calls, because the Zoom calls are really going to help you step up your game. You feel what I'm saying? And guys, the calling number is 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. Also, make sure you guys go get on the Bad Boy membership so that you can join the Bad Boy membership and get shit cracking. All right. So let's talk about this topic. How much of your time should you give a woman? Right now, to answer this question, you got to understand that the amount of time that you should give a woman is dependent upon a few things, right? And so the good rule of thumb is this, and it's really, really simple, right? The less you've known the woman and the less work she's put in, right? That's the less time you give her, right? The more you know a woman, the more time she's put in, the more time you give her, right? So that's just a simple way to understand this, right? So the less you've known her, which means the less she's put in work, that equals less time. The more you know her, the more that she's put in work, the more consistent she is, then the more time she gets, right? And the reason why, this is the best course of action to do it this way is because what happens is that the woman is going to equate the time that she's getting from you, the value that she's getting, to the amount of value she's putting in. You understand what I'm saying? It's really that simple, right? The problem is a lot of you guys, what you do is that you give a woman a lot of time at the beginning, right? You just met the girl last Tuesday and you're talking to her on the phone all week, right? You took her out and you spent 3-4 hours with her on the first date, right? You're doing all this back and forth stuff, trying to get to know her. So you're giving this woman all this time, all this attention, all this energy, and you just met her last week, right? And when I'm talking about you spending time or giving a woman your time, this equates to everything. So if you are texting a girl, you're giving her your time. If you're on the phone with a girl, you're giving her your time, right? If you go on a date with the girl, you're giving her your time, right? If you are, and this is, some other shit, even if you're thinking about a girl, you're giving her your time. But that's a whole nother story. We don't got to get too deep into that. But what happens is that when you guys are first dealing with women, right? What you want to do is that you want to give them the least amount of time as possible, the least amount of time as possible. And that includes everything you're doing. So if you, for example, because we was talking about earlier how you guys should get on the online dating consultations and stuff, right? Let's say you match with a girl online, right? You match with a girl online, and what you want to do is you want to send her a message that'll get her to agree to come seeing you, offline, right? And so it should go from matching to setting up a date to you guys seeing each other, right? That simple. That is the only amount of time you should be giving this woman at this point. We matched. I told you where to meet me, and then we meet, right? Now, what most guys will do is they'll get on the dating app. They'll go back and forth. Exactly. I know he's like, no free game. I'm trying not to give him too much. So you guys will go back and forth on the dating app for freaking 15, 20 messages. So you're giving that woman all that time, right? Then what'll happen is you'll get on the phone call with the girl, and then you'll talk to the girl for like a half an hour on the phone. You're giving her more time, right? And then let's say you actually get the woman to, meet you for a date, to get drinks, whatever it is. And then instead of meeting that woman for a short amount of time, what you do is that you're chilling with the woman for 2 hours, 2.5 hours on a date. So you're giving this woman way too much time, and you just met this woman. Matter of fact, you haven't even met her yet. You're still on the app going back and forth or just on the phone. Then when you meet the woman, you're giving her so much time on the date. And what I'm telling you is that it should be as simple as I match with the girl. I say, hey, let's meet up this day, this time, this place. She says, cool. And then you meet her for that date, and you're there for maybe 45 minutes to an hour, right? That's it. None of this getting to know her on the phone. None of this going back and forth with her. None of this, for example, even debating or arguing with a woman is you giving her your time. So a lot of times guys will try to, go back and forth with a woman. You tell her, hey, meet me at the Main Street Bar, 6 o'clock Friday. She says, oh, well, I don't really like that bar. Is it possible we can go eat somewhere instead? I know this place that I really like. And then you're like, nah, but I really, I'm trying to go to the bar. How about we do that this time? And then maybe next time we'll go to the other place. And she's like, well, I actually don't drink. So you're going back and forth with this chick. You've given this woman that you don't know, that you just matched with, all of this time and energy. All you need to do is match with her, tell her where to meet you, and then meet her. Now, if you tell her where to meet you and she don't want to meet you there, she's giving you the resistance. This is why you keep it moving, because you shouldn't be giving the woman any more time than that. Same thing if you met a girl in the street, right? You go in, you meet a girl, random chick in the street, you holler at her, right? And then you just exchange information, right? And then you set up a time for you guys to get together to meet up again. You do not need to be standing there talking to a woman for 20 minutes, on the street. You don't need to get her number and call her for an hour to get to know her. None of that shit. You don't need to hit her up in between time. So let's say you met her on a Monday, you hit her up and say, hey, let's meet up Friday. She says, cool. You don't have to text her Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, none of that shit. You just leave it. And what I'm telling you is that you want to make sure that you are giving a woman you just met the least amount of time. You understand? Now, what also happens is this. When you make the mistake of giving women a lot of your time up front, that makes her devalue you. I'm going to say it again. If you give a woman a lot of your time up front when you first meet her, and she hasn't done anything to earn this time, right? She's going to devalue you, meaning that she's going to see you as less attractive, and she's going to basically end up playing games with you in a lot of cases. Now, why does this happen? This happens because when it comes to you dealing with women, right? The less amount of time she gets with you, the more valuable she sees you. The more time she gets with you, the less valuable she sees you. Why is this? It's because what happens is that when you first meet a woman and you're giving her all this time, attention, and energy, what it's telling her is that you are the type of guy who actually doesn't really have anything else going on. You don't have other women you're dealing with. You're not the top guy, because the top guy would never give a random woman they just met all this time and attention, which means that you don't have any other women to give your time and attention to. You don't have any other things going on in your life to give your time and attention to. You just met this girl 2 days ago and you're texting her, you're on the phone with her all the time, doing all this other extra shit. So she devalues you because she's getting all this time up front. Now, when she's getting the least amount of time, it makes her value you more because she's saying, oh, yeah, this guy is definitely that guy because that guy wouldn't, I'm not going to be able to speak to him. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I want, I'm not going to be able to just get him on the phone and speak to him for a whole hour, even though I don't really know this dude. Right. So the guy who's giving her less time, she's going to value more. The guy who's giving her more time, she's going to value less. Now, what you have to understand also is that when a woman really likes you, and this is what April was talking about earlier, she was like, give the woman all your time, right? What happens is that when a woman really likes you, right, and she's really, really feeling you, she's going to want more of your time. So what happens is that the more a woman is into you and she loves the experience of being with you, she's going to want more of your time. This is why when you start seeing a woman consistently, right, she starts to want more of your time. This is why a woman will be like, oh, where's this going? And, what does this mean? And, they're trying to like get into a relationship with you. Why? Because the more time she spends with you, the more attached she gets, right, when it comes to things going down, right? But the more time she's spending is time earned because it's more consistent. You see what I'm saying? So when you give a woman more time, it has to match up with the consistency that she's bringing to the situation. But when you guys are giving a woman a lot of time up front, it doesn't match the consistency of the situation because there's no consistency in the situation, which is why she doesn't value you. You see what I'm saying? Now, when we talk about a woman wanting more of your time, the more consistent she gets and the more that, she's getting attached to you, right? What you have to understand is this, is that when you understand that a woman who really, really likes you wants more of your time, then you should also understand on the flip side that if a woman you just met wants a lot of your time, then she has an agenda. Why, Locario? Because what happens is that a woman cannot really, 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 really like you at the beginning like that because she hasn't experienced you yet. So when you guys get into situations where a woman is like, oh, well, can we talk more? And, I don't really like what's the caller the other day? He was like, the girl said, oh, I don't like nonchalant guys. I like guys who text me and call me all the time, whatever. If you just met a girl, why does she want all your time? Think about that. You just met a woman Tuesday. It's Thursday, going on Friday. Why does she want all your time now? See, in order for a woman to want more time, she has to want more of what she's experienced. If I just met the woman, she hasn't really experienced me. She just recognizes that she's attracted. You understand what I'm saying? Is that you said because she's needy and doesn't have a life either. Exactly, right? So what happens is that a lot of guys think, well, Locario, when I first meet a girl, I got to text her, I got to call her, I got to get her comfortable with me. No, you don't. And what I'm saying is that if the woman is requiring that time from you, right? What I'm saying is that woman has an agenda because she shouldn't really want your time that bad because she doesn't have any experience with you to desire more of the time. Because the reason why a woman wants more and more of your time as time goes on is because she's getting more experience with you and she wants more of the experience. So this is why I tell guys, when you first meet a woman off an online dating app or in person and you set up a date, you don't have to call her during the week. You don't have to hit her up to build rapport and all that other bullshit, right? She doesn't need any time at this moment. See, you think she does because you get into situations with attention whores who are trying to siphon that time. So it should be a red flag that a woman wants your time so soon. Because what does she want your time for if she hasn't had the experience? You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times when women are demanding your time, when you first get, you first talk to her, she wants to get on the phone. She wants to spend an hour on the phone with you. She wants to do all this other extra shit before the first date, right? A lot of times women have an agenda. You understand? So the problem is that you guys think that you're obligated to give a woman your time because you believe a woman has to get to know you before the date in order to feel comfortable to get on a date with you. And all of that is bullshit. All of it. Right? And so what I'm saying is that if you start seeing a woman consistently, right? Let's say it's a chick who's a fuck buddy, or it's a chick you're dating, right? And you guys have been seeing each other consistently. You've been seeing each other for like 5 months, 6 months, going on 8 months. She's going to want more of your time because it's been a consistent 6, 7, or 8 months. And she likes you. She likes the experience. So since she likes the experience, she wants more time. But if you met a girl last Tuesday and she's trying to get on the phone with you, texting you all every day, trying to go back and forth with you, right? What is she actually after if there's no experience with you for her to want more time with? I'll tell you. She's basically after your attention. And that woman, in more cases than not, is an attention whore. That's why she wants to get on the phone with you every day before the date. That's why she wants to go back and forth with you. And you're doing, and the thing is this, the problem is that you guys participate in it with your good morning texts and all that other bullshit. Good morning, beautiful. What'd you eat for lunch? And sending memes to a chick you just matched with on a dating app on Tuesday. And you ain't even see her yet. Y'all date is on Saturday or some shit. And you're texting her Tuesday morning, good morning, beautiful. And Wednesday morning, good morning. So what are you doing today? You going back and forth with this chick, giving her all this time and attention. You see what I'm saying? And what I'm telling you is that when you first meet a woman, that's the least amount of time. You see what I'm saying? When you continue to see a woman, then you could give her a little bit more time because you're continuing to see her. This is exactly what I explain, which is why you guys need to go to shoplocario.com because I explain all this in Master the Vetting Process. Go to shoplocario.com and get it cracking. So you got to understand is when a woman experiences you, she's going to want more time. So for example, you might even just have a chick who is a fuck buddy, right? That fuck buddy might want more time to fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say you hooking up with the girl and, y'all hook up again, you hook up a third, fourth time, and now this chick is on some fuck buddy shit, right? Now, what will happen is that even if she's not necessarily trying to be in a girlfriend position, she'll want more sex sessions with you. Why? Because she likes the experience of having sex with you, which is why she wants more time. You see what I'm saying? If a woman likes you as far as spending time with you, going on dates, you're having sex, you're doing all this other stuff, she's going to want more time and she's going to want to be your girlfriend. When you have a woman who is your girlfriend, and let's say you spend a few days together with her, right? She's going to want more time. She's going to want all the rest of the days of the week. That's how it works. So what I'm saying is when a woman is really interested in you, she's going to want your time. So now if a woman is being flaky, if a woman is resisting meeting you somewhere for a date, right? Understand that woman doesn't really have interest in you, because if she had interest in you, she would actually go on the date and come see you, right? To spend time with you and see if this is a person, that she wants to spend more time with. So when a woman is giving you all these excuses, oh, I can't see you, I can't make it, can we do a rain check? And this happened and that happened and all this other stuff. She ain't feeling you. She's not feeling you. Because what happens is that a woman is going to equate her interest with the time being spent. She's gonna be like, well, I want to spend more time with this guy. I want to spend time with this guy because I'm interested. Right? And like I said, when you first meet women, right, if they're trying to get all this non-sexual time, meaning phone calls, FaceTimes, text, and all that other stuff back and forth, right? She doesn't have any experience with you yet because y'all haven't even went on the first date. You understand what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. But once she's went on that first date with you, and once, you try to set something up or make something else happen with her, right? She's going to want to see you if she's interested to see you again. And then when she sees you that time and she likes it, she's going to want to see you again and then see you some more, right? But she has to be consistent with that. Now, I'm not going to go over specifically all the specific things you need to do because it's all in this program, master the vetting process. And it's also in this program on the Bad Boy membership, 10 rules for giving women your time and attention. So make sure you guys check that out. But what I'll say is that it's very important for you guys to understand this simple thing is the less you've known her and the less consistency, the less time. The more you've known her and the more consistency, the more time. So when you are in a situation where you are dealing with a woman and you realize, damn, I just met this girl the other day and like she's texting me all the time and she wants to be on the phone with me and all this other stuff. And the way that and this is the thing, the way that you navigate that, if you're in a situation where a woman is trying to force more time, energy, and attention, in the situation, right? All you do is you basically let her know that she'll get more time once y'all meet. So for example, let's say you match with a girl on Monday, you set a date for Friday, right? And then she's texting you and all this other shit. Hey, what's up? And how's your day? And all this other stuff. Oh, my day was great. Listen, I got to run, but I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday. Right now, she'll get the hint. Now, what'll happen is that some girls will continue to try to hit you up. You understand what I'm saying? They'll continue to try to hit you up. Most girls will get the picture, but some women will just try to hit you up. Now, usually a lot of times when women do that, those are women that are basically being attention whores. They're not actually trying to see you. They're probably most likely going to flake. And these are the type of women who, they're, on that BS. Now, what happens with that is this, right? Is that in that situation, what you want to tell her is after you done told her, hey, listen, looking forward to meeting you Friday, right? And if she still tries to hit you up, you say, hey, look, when we meet on Friday, we're going to have some really great discussions and, go back and forth and interact with each other and feel each other out. But I'm really busy. I don't do the back and forth on the text. Right now, one of two things will happen. Either she's going to be cool with it and chill and see you, or she's going to complain about, oh, so, but I really, don't you want to talk and get to know? You understand what I'm saying? They'll do that type of shit. Now, if a chick starts doing that, you charge her ass to the game. You understand what I'm saying? You charge it to the game. Because you've already told her, hey, listen, looking forward to seeing you Friday. And then she didn't understand, so she continues more. Or she did understand and she don't give a fuck and she's just trying to get more attention. Then you tell her, hey, look, we'll meet Friday. You're telling her again. And then she's so you don't listen. You don't listen when I speak. When I tell you something, you're ignoring what I'm telling you and you're just doing what you want to do. Interesting. So how about we don't see each other. How about that? You see what I'm saying? That's it. So you got to understand that when you're dealing with these women, do not let these women manipulate you into thinking that you're supposed to give them all this time, energy, and attention. Because this is the thing. Unfortunately, what happens is this, is that when a woman is interested in you, sometimes what'll happen is that she'll deal with you, based on how she feels she should interact with you, based on her experience dealing with other guys. So other guys, talk to her on the phone and do all this other back and forth with her. Other guys are okay texting back and forth and doing all that other shit. You understand what I'm saying? So she'll come at you with that in a lot of cases. And so you need to basically let her know through your actions, you're not like other guys. And that's by setting the tone. Hey, listen, I will see you Friday. You have a good night. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. And so this is why you guys got to understand, how important this is, because if you're in these situations where you are dealing with a woman and you are giving a woman too much time and energy and attention at the beginning, then what's going to happen is that she's going to feel entitled to more. And she's going to perceive the situation differently, meaning she's going to look at the situation like, this situation is more than it is. That's what she's going to think based on the fact that you're giving her all this time and attention. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what he's saying in here. It says, there are thousands upon thousands of women I never met. Question, how is life going to end if I don't meet one more? Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You don't need to, you just keep that shit pushing. Just keep that shit pushing. It says, do you agree that approaching 25 women a day is also wasting men's time when the majority of those approaches will end in rejections? You are sacrificing your time just to get rejected. I swear, Steve the Lion writes the best questions because Steve the Lion is a representation of all the guys who want to stay losers. No, approaching 25 women isn't wasting your time, because approaching 25 women is not about the women. I keep trying to tell y'all this. I keep trying to tell y'all that it's for you to understand and learn yourself. So look at what you wrote. You said, the majority of those approaches will end in rejection. You're sacrificing your time just to get rejected. That means you are still worried about being rejected, right? You're still scared of rejection. That's why you don't approach. So when you approach 25 women a day, what you're doing is that you are getting rid of your fear of rejection. You see what I'm saying? You are working on your mouthpiece. You're working on being confident to approach women, right? So that when you are interacting with women and you're interacting with 25 women, right? Then what's going to happen is that you're going to get more and more women who are going to be attracted to you. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. But see, what happens is this. Remember, what losers do is this. Losers always look at the glass half empty, right? Because this is what a winner would do. A winner would be like, oh, this is awesome. I get to approach all these women daily and be able to work on my mouthpiece and be able to get rid of my fear of rejection. That's awesome. You see what I'm saying? Exactly, JD. He said, did Michael Jordan waste his time by taking 2,500 practice shots a day? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between winners and losers. It's the difference. It's just like the story that I like to talk about. The the shoe salesman story. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have heard it before. For those who didn't, it's basically real simple. Two shoe salesmen go to a village, and one shoe salesman says, damn, nobody wears shoes here. I'm not going to make any money. And then other salesman says, oh shit, nobody wears shoes here. I'm going to make a killing, right? So same scenario, two different mindsets. You understand what I'm saying? Two different mindsets. You said Locario's women on demon time, though, they're disgusted by men that actually care about them. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? April knows I care about her. She's not disgusted by me. What are you talking about? What do you mean, gnarly Chaplain? What are you talking about? And guys, if you want to call up, call the numbers 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. It's going to be a short show today, so we got maybe like 20, 25 minutes left. So if you want to call in right now is the time to call in. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat and we will get to your question. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, the thing is, guys, is that, you know, you have to understand how important your time is. Right. And the problem is that a lot of guys will use time and exchange their time for vagina. Right. So I'm on the phone with her so that I can get some pussy. I'm taking her out on lots of dates so I can get some pussy. Right. I'm listening to her stupid ass stories that I don't give a fuck about and nodding my head and acting like I'm really listening and give a shit. Why? Because I'm trying to get some pussy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit that happens, is that you spend all this time and waste your time just trying to get pussy. So the problem is that, hold on. 850.
Really?
What's going on?
Okay, so, you know, the one point I just want to make, and I made the comment in the chat, is that, you know, I think the problem with some of these guys they run into is they are giving a bunch of time on the front end, and then they try to implement the pulling back the time on the back end.
Right.
Because it's like, I'm going to do what I do because this is how I get the girl to get interested in me. But then I'm going to do what I know I should have been doing and what I've been learning, which is she has to earn my time and blah, blah, blah. And this is why there's so many failed relationships, hookups, whatever you want to call it. And they can't understand why this girl's so inconsistent and why she's being like this. And, you know, she's acting so needy and blah, blah, blah. And I think it's because what guys aren't understanding is you can't give and then take back.
Right.
It's like, that's why she has to earn it. That's why you have to start out with only giving her a little bit. And even though, like, and I think especially now it's going to be so critical because of cuffing season, right? Like, and we've talked about this. I think, you know, next year you'll probably do a whole program about it because, you know, you got to start early, because if you really want to be able to spend that much time with somebody through the winter months, she's already got to be several months into the vetting process in order to be able to get your time like that.
Right.
That can't just be like somebody that you're picking up in November because now all of a sudden it's cold and you want to cuddle. But, you know, I think it's so interesting because I really do think that people think they know better in how they start, and then they try to implement, and that's why they are continuously failing instead of really understanding that it starts from literally the moment you match or the moment you say hello or, you know, whatever the case may be.
Right. And the thing is, you know, like you said, when you start, you're supposed to start out with less, and then it's supposed to gradually get more. What guys do is they start out with the most and then they pull back. So they do it, they're doing it backwards. And that's why they get so much drama, because they'll love bomb a woman, give her all this time, attention, energy, act like, oh my God, you're so this, so that, and all this other stuff. And then once they have sex with her, they start falling back a little bit more. They start getting inconsistent. And so
then they're like, and why does this girl keep calling me?
Exactly.
And why is she doing this? And why is she doing that? And then it's like, the more like you guys talk to them, you're like, oh, but this is what you did in the beginning. And now she's reciprocating and now you don't like it.
Right. Exactly. And that's where a lot of drama happens, because guys will do all this stuff. The girl, they're getting the girl interested, and then they start falling back, but they were only doing all that stuff to get sex. So this is why guys will wine and dine a woman, take her out on a bunch of dates, do all this other extra stuff, spend time on the phone with her, and then they finally get sex. And then it's like, not only do they fall back, what they'll do sometimes too is that they'll stop doing all the phone calls. They'll stop doing more. You know what I mean? Like they're doing little by little, all the stuff they presented her with, they are falling back from it.
Taking away.
Exactly.
Right.
And that causes drama. You see what I'm saying?
Well, and I think, and that's why they're losing, right? Like if you guys truly understood, like, how you start is how you finish.
Right.
You don't get to give it all on the front end and then try to take it back. You have to, give it in little pieces until you're satisfied with how much she has and how much of yourself you're giving.
Right.
And then that's where you stop. Then you can't be influenced by like, oh, but can't we this and can't we that? I mean, listen, I'm the queen of like, can't you just stay for a little longer? And you're like, no, I got to go. It's my day. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, but I want more time.
Right.
And I've been around for a long time.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like your girl is going to want more time because she's feeling you like that. And that's what I'm saying see, this is the thing. A lot of you guys, when you first meet women, right, that's the time where they're going to be the least attached because, y'all haven't really spent time together and you're just starting, right? But what happens is that the intrigue to even go out on a date with you or spend some time with you is because she recognizes that you're that guy that she wants to consider spending time with. So when it's you guys pulling teeth trying to get a date happening, that means that she's not really feeling you, because women who feel you want your time. You see what I'm saying? But they actually have to be feeling you, not the idea of you. And so when you guys first meet women and they want to spend a lot of time on the phone with you at the beginning, they want to do the FaceTimes, they want to text back and forth. They're doing that based on the idea of who they think you might be versus who you actually are. So a woman wants to spend more time with you, and it's real when she knows who you are and she's attracted to who you actually are versus the version of who she thinks you are at the beginning based on her, living her own fucking fantasies or whatever it is like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, like that I think that's what people naturally do,
Right.
Like you have this idea in your head where like you come off of this amazing first date. And I mean, listen, I've worked in an office where all of a sudden people are like, I met the love of my life last night. And then a week later, I'm like, so what's going on? And they're like, please, that guy was such a jerk.
Right.
I'm like,
exactly.
what happened?
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I just don't think that guys understand. I think that, it's almost like you want to tell them quit while you think you still know everything.
Right.
Like, fine, then do you, because you're not understanding that you can't, it's like, imagine as a guy, if this girl was like, I want to spend all this time with you. And then suddenly she was like, you know what? I only want to see you one day a week now. Like as the guy, if you wanted all her time, you would be like, what do you mean? We were seeing each other 6 days a week and now you want to see me one day a week?
Right.
In your head, you're like, oh, this girl is checking out.
Right. Exactly.
Like she's cheating on me. She's not interested in me, whatever. But like, what do you think these girls are thinking?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Especially because in the beginning, that like you're creating as a woman like that fantasy, because especially I think, your age group, like they want to be in a relationship. They maybe want to get married. They're, depending on how old they are, like if they're hitting 30, like they are like, I need to get pregnant and have a baby.
Right.
So, they are romanticizing and fantasizing where this could go because, he's perfect on paper And then we had this great date and he took me here and he's calling me and he's texting me all day and he's checking on me and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, why you're not answering your phone when I call, or you don't text me back, and now you're playing games. It's like, oh, she texted me, I'm going to wait 5 hours and then I'll text her back. Like,
right.
You can't do that.
Right.
So,
Exactly. So, but yeah, that's the thing. A lot of you guys have to understand how important it is to manage your time with women, or else you can mess up a whole lot of situations. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you guys check that out. All right, April.
All right.
MC.
I'll see you later.
All right, see you later. All right, bye. All right. I saw somebody calling 705 was calling. Call back 705. You can call back and then we can get that cracking. Make sure you guys donate and call in. So call in now. If you have questions, put a Q in the chat. We will get to your question. It said, I hear you say those rejections won't even, you won't even remember those women. Should I use that for fuel to approach more women? Well, the thing is is that you just have to accept that rejection is going to happen, and it can happen in different ways, meaning a woman can reject you very nicely. She can be harsh, she'll just ignore you, whatever it is. But just understand that that's part of the process, so that you don't make that be the thing that stops you from making things happen in the future. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys make it stop them because they personalize it. They say, oh, she's rejecting me because I suck. No, she's rejecting you because you're supposed to get rejected. You see what I'm saying? Every guy gets rejected. You see what I mean? So don't take rejection personally, because you're supposed to get rejected. So if you're saying I'm going to stop approaching girls because I can get rejected, that's stupid, because you're supposed to get rejected when you're talking to girls. Because the only way you can get a woman to want to fuck with you is there has to be women who don't want to fuck with you. So if you're like, well, I want a girl to say yes, that means you also have to accept women are going to say no. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's like very, very simple, but your ego is making you feel like it's something wrong. You're like, oh, I want to figure out the ways to never get rejected ever. And it's like, that's not reality. It says, does rejection by an attractive woman in a venue make other women want to reject you too? Is there a way to dampen that effect? No, because if you're in a venue and you're talking to a woman, right? Nobody even knows what the fuck you two are talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say you're at a venue and there's 200 people in there, and you're all the way on the other side of the room talking to some random girl. So you think the other, let's say 100 women in a room, they're all staring directly at you and hearing every little thing you say? No. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. So they have no idea whether a chick rejected you or not. So you guys like, y'all think about shit that doesn't really matter. You see what I'm saying? You think about stuff that does not really even matter. So let me see if we got any more questions. But yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like, y'all got to stop thinking about all these things that don't actually matter and that don't actually happen in real life. But this is why I tell you guys to go talk to 25 women a day. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you are out there talking to women, then you would realize shit like this is not really anything you need to think about. You see what I'm saying? Because you would actually be in these scenarios and situations. You would be at a venue and be like, wait a second, nobody even can hear what the fuck I'm saying when I'm talking to this chick. Nobody's watching me. Nobody's like paying attention to me and this girl having a conversation. Nobody don't give a shit. You see what I'm saying? Nobody gives two shits about it. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, even if someone was looking at you from across the room, they can't tell what's happening. You see what I'm saying? Says, any tips to handling the rejections, harsh or regular ones? No, there's no tip to handle it. It's walk away. That's it. She's not interested. Goodbye. Have a nice day. That's it. There's nothing you need to do to handle it. You just need to move on. You understand? And the problem is you have a lot of guys who, when they get rejected or the woman's not interested, because they're in their ego, they're trying to get her to say yes. They're trying to get the woman to want to deal with them. You understand? So they'll continue to, try to engage when it's like, bro, just walk away. You see what I'm saying? That's it. That is it. Listen, that is it. It's your ego that makes you scared of rejection, because exactly, it's like, how do I make her like me? That's the thing. It's the ego that makes you scared of rejection, because what happens is that if you get rejected, it's going against what you thought in your mind you expected to happen as far as if she was going to be interested. But the thing is that it's natural. It's supposed to happen. You're never going to not get rejected. It's going to happen to you for the rest of your life. You understand what I'm saying? For the rest of your life. And not only you're going to get rejected, you're going to get rejected by most of the women you talk to. That's the thing that a lot of you guys got to understand. So if you're talking to 25 women, right, you're going to get at least 20 of them saying no. At least. You understand? You're going to get at least 20 of them that's not really feeling it. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that. And there's so many reasons why. It's not just because I'm not a Chad or a Tyrone. That's not the reason. You understand? There's a lot of women you approach. They're going to have boyfriends, husbands. They could be gay. These chicks, you're not their type. They got mental problems. It's a lot of shit. So he said the game is to build thick skin to maneuver around the ups and downs of life. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes. And that's a fact, Emmanuel. All 25 could say no. That's a fact. You could talk to 25 women. All of them could say no. What are you going to do? You going to go home and cry? I'm like, yo, I talked to 25 women and all of them said no. Oh my God. Yeah, that could happen. You could have a situation where all of them say no. Like you can go to, like, there was times where, me and my boys would go out to like the clubs, bars or whatever. And we would have, every once in a while we have a situation where it seemed like, no woman we's talking to, it just wasn't happening that night. And then the flip side will be like damn near, like 80, 90%. You understand? It seemed like it's happening. But then generally it'll be like, let's say half and half. You understand? But again, that could happen where, none of them ain't really trying to talk to you. That's part of the game. Because this is what you guys got to understand, right? A reason why, women will reject you, right, is because what happens is that women, because of their experience dealing with men, right, what happens is that they have a filtering system to decide whether or not they're going to engage or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that each woman's filtering system is different, because you don't necessarily know what any particular woman actually wants or actually wants at the moment. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys who are surface level when it comes to the game, they're just thinking of surface level things like looks. But what happens is that first of all, they have the filtering system. Then you also got to add on how they are feeling at any particular moment, meaning how they're feeling when you approach and the filtering system. So all that combined is what's going to happen in the situation. So for example, you could meet a woman one night where she's just horny as fuck. And she's like, damn, the next dude that talked to me it might go down. I'm really, you understand? And you end up being the next dude that talked to her. And then on top of that, because you know how to talk and you're smooth and all that other stuff, she's all about it. Then you could have a woman, for example, who has been doing a whole lot of fucking, and she's like, oh, I'm just so tired of just all this casual stuff. I want something more serious. I want something real. And then, you approach her on some casual shit and she's like, no. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to listen, man. Crazy. So you got to understand that shit is happening, man. You got to understand that shit is happening. All right, so guys, listen, we about to wrap this up. Guys, make sure that you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com, join the Masculine Identity Membership. Also go to badboymembership.com where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials. Also go to cunninghamelements.com, and also you get a gift with the purchase on all October purchases when you go to Cunningham Elements. And also make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com, so that you guys can get the online dating consultation with myself in April. You can get the, master the vetting process and the massive game collection and all the other books and audio products. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that is pretty much it. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and I will holler at you guys later. And remember, guys, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm going.
I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't going to get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You got to understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you got to work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not going to be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man is